while a few more people hop on, and then we're going to get started. Awesome. So I'm going to get going. My name is Crystal Robinson, and I am really, really excited to get to be a part of this team call with you all tonight. Originally, I was part of the Team Fit and Natural, and now I've gotten to be a part of Dave's team and Kristen's team, and that's really exciting for me. Tonight's call's topic is going to be all about event pages and using that to leverage your business in free groups. But before we get started, I really want to take care of announcements and welcoming everybody here and just take care of a few things before we get going. So first of all, to take care of announcements, as many of you know, this week we're getting everybody pumped up with the Team Cup. So hopefully everybody's on a team. Our larger teams have done a really awesome job of helping us find information and get our team set up. But if you're not on a Team Cup team already, you definitely have an opportunity to still get on board. So you actually have 2 days for the Team Cup registration to go through. And I do know that there's 1 or 2 people who are still looking for a team. So if you're somebody that's thinking about it, definitely this is a really awesome opportunity for your business. So you can definitely post on the page, you can message your upline sponsor or comment in the chat box if you'd still like to hop on a team. So we're really going to use that to leverage our business into February. And I'm so excited with what I see already getting going for people with that. Also, I just wanted to mention that I noticed today Dave had put up his post for the new coach training that's going to start on Monday, February the 6th. So that's the 30-day coach basics. So if you have anybody or you're interested in doing that, reach out to your sponsor coach and see if you can get them set up in that group. It's an awesome training. I loved it. And I have a few people that are going to do it this month. So that's happening. And also, Success Club trip and the registration emails, those are still trickling in. So we've gotten a few more updates. If you have gotten those emails, awesome, congrats. And if you're still waiting to get those emails to see if you qualified to register for Success Club trip, don't worry. There's still a lot of people on the list that they're contacting. So you're going to get an email and then you're going to get a second email. So your first email is just going to tell you
Did she freeze on everybody? Oh, there you're back. You froze for a second.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I should also mention I don't have cell service where we live, so we have kind of spotty internet, but just give me the wave if that happens again. So yeah, Success Club trip registration, keep an eye out for those emails. If you're concerned, there's an email where you can contact them directly, and that's on our team page if you're looking for that. I also want to talk about the week leg volume earners. Dave was awesome, posted that last week. I'm just going to go over and congratulate those of you who are working really hard at building your week legs. So we'll start in the 300 club. We have Gina Strecco, Lindsay Medvin, and Shannon Larice. In the 500 club, we've got quite a few of you: Kella Della Vecchia, Michelle Della Sala, Devin Wheaton, Lindsay Kaufman, Kristen Atkins, Elizabeth Mullenbrook, and Darlene Champ. So awesome job. Congrats, you guys. And in the 3000 club, we have David Atkins, Kristen Atkins, and Shanna Carlucci. And in the 1000 club, I've got David Atkins, Stacey Larice, Tara Richmond, Jeff Nolson, Jen Holdman, Denise Robson, Tona Carlucci, and Sharice Nolson. And if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but I think that covers that. So way to go, you guys. It's really awesome to see so many of you on that leaderboard this week. So we're going to jump right into tonight's call. And the reason why I chose event pages is because I think it was something when I first started my business that I didn't really know how to use, and I didn't really see the value in using them till quite recently. So I've been really loving doing free groups. Once I started running free groups, I really noticed a huge boost in confidence in my own self and my business, and I'm really finding it a really good funnel to bring in new people. So definitely getting into our cold market with free groups. So I found the event page itself was something that helped break the cold market for free groups. Whereas my like page and my personal page, that had been helping my warm market kind of were beginning to be attracted to the free groups, but it was in running these event pages and playing around with them for 4 or 5 months till I found something that really worked for me. So before we get going with that, I'm just going to screen share and we'll see if this works. I've got a little bit of a, do I pick desktop here? Try desktop. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Yeah, okay. So we'll go into, I'm going to present here. I've got a little bit of some slides for you guys. So as we know, free groups are awesome. Definitely a way to, like I say, build your cold market, work on relationships with your warm market, giving you confidence. But sometimes it just takes a little bit of extra tools to really make those groups kick off and to gain a larger, like more eyes on your free group and what you're offering. So tonight's call, I'm not going to get into how I run my free groups or the content of my free groups. I'm going to make it more about the invitation process. So what I've loved from the free groups are building the network, the relationship building, gaining followers, so people really noticing that you have something to offer. You can come into your own with these free groups. You're allowed to share what you do as a coach. And for me, it was really building confidence. And I also like that now that I'm building a team and I'm having more coaches work with me, I find my free groups are a really great place for them to invite people and for them to have a place to, invite people and just to keep working on what they're working on. So originally when I started doing event pages, I was getting no luck at all. I'm thinking that the event pages were just really not working for me. And basically I was creating an event page with a short description and I was inviting as many people as I thought would be interested, and that was that. And they really, as some of you may have experienced, they didn't really do that well. So I wanted to keep working on it. I thought that event pages were a great place for people to access information. I've noticed by running them that some people that never respond to a single other post that you have, they don't respond to your messages, they show little interest, will actually perk up and respond to an event page. And that really is that green light for you that this person is interested in something that you're offering. And so then the conversation can get open and you can start to talk to them more about their goals or why they're interested. So I thought that was really neat. You can invite to both your warm market and you can target your cold market. So we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. If you have a like page, you can boost the event page. So this was something that over the last 2 months I really worked at, and I got a lot of results from boosting my event page. If you don't have a like page, you can still run events and most of this will still be applicable to you. It's just the boosting part that's you're only able to do that if you have a business like page. I felt that you could really build traction within your event page by doing daily posts, which actually allows your post to reach a larger audience and attracts more people to you and what you have to offer. So they were a really good launching board for expanding your network. That's what I found. So not just thinking of the event page as a place for people to sign up for the event, but considering that the event page can be much bigger as a place for you to really grow your network. So that's how I look at it now. Instead of I'm going to have this many people come to my free group, I think this is an opportunity for me to get into my cold market and start building relationships. I don't know if some of you built event pages before, some of you. I've seen a lot of your event pages and they look really awesome. The first ticket is to make it public, because after you build an event page, you can't go and change certain settings like that one. A lot of the info you can change, but you can't make a private event once you start to invite people public. And you definitely want this public. So that's one thing to make sure. I learned that the hard way. I'm going to show you a little bit later how I boost my event. You can boost your event through many different targeting options, and I'll let you know what I had the most success with in a couple slides. Definitely the cover photo matters when you're creating an event page. I ran the same event with a cover page that was really not that good, a cover photo, and then I spent some time, like seriously like an hour creating a cover photo and the response immediately for the exact same event was so much higher. So creating a really nice cover photo, and I've been enjoying using Canva. So that's a really good place to go. And after, kind of make sure that it fits on the devices and on computers, because sometimes the main part of your banner or your cover photo can be chopped off. So I always kind of play around with it. It's tedious, but once you have something that works, you've learned that skill, that's something that you have under your belt. Always create a detailed description. So I find that if there's something that you want people to know, definitely put it in the description. So if your event is for people who don't have a coach already, then that's something that you're going to want to put in the description. So again, something I've learned the hard way from not providing enough description. The posting in the event page is something that I've done for 2 months now, and it's definitely helped increase the amount of people that join the event and the amount of people that like my posts within the event page. So I post daily. I create my event page 10 days before my event. And I know for free groups, we kind of aim for that week before. We don't want to have our events coming out super far in advance. But I found for the event page, creating it 10 days prior worked for me. I started posting in it right away, and I would set up 1 post a day. I'm sure you could do more, but this was the formula I used, where there was either information or content for the people to interact with. So sometimes I'd be asking a question, sometimes I'd give them a snippet of a taste of what the group would be like, maybe a teaser recipe if it was a clean eating group. But I also use those daily posts for things like reminders. So you may want to remind people that they need to add you as a friend if you're going to put them into a free group, if this is your cold market. You may have them fill out a form like an application. You may have them do a coach, a free coach sign up through your Team Beachbody page. Whatever is your requirements, those are things that you can be putting in those daily posts. And don't worry that you've already said something, definitely say it again. Like, remember everybody, this is my last call, make sure you, and give them the instructions because they don't always get it. When it comes to boosting the page, I'm sure you could do it for a lot of money. Sure, you could do it for a lot of money, but I've done mine from anywhere from $5 to $20. And for me, what worked for me was doing a $15 boost for about 3 days. So instead of taking the $15 and stretching it over the 10-day period, I found I got more interaction and hits and clicks when I did, a decent amount of money, but for a short period of time. And to me, that money was definitely worth it. And I'm going to share with you my results from that in a minute. People who don't know you will click going or interested. So this definitely is a place for you to reach out. I'd say with the interactions that I had with these people that clicked interested or going, in the beginning about 50% would actually even see the message. But I didn't just give up there. I was diligent and I kept interacting with them in different ways because I found that often you could see that these people actually haven't seen your messages. You want to add them, have them friend request you, and I post this multiple times in the event page. When I get in contact with the person, I always send them a very short message to start. In the beginning, I would send them a very long message, but what I found that got the most results and the interaction back with me was when I sent a very short and friendly message, and that seemed to start a conversation. And that conversation kind of went on for quite a while before we really got to their goals and joining my group and all of that. When you're looking at why boost this event, so you're going to get people that are going to want to come to your event, but you're also going to get farther traction in your posts in that event. And remember, if that's linked up to your like page or your business page, that means your page is circulating on other people's news feeds more that day. So when somebody writes going or interested in an event, and you might have seen this before, it pops up in your news feed like so-and-so is interested in paint night. That's how I went to paint night. I saw that popped up. So that's like, oh, so and so's interested, and if they're friends with that person, they think, oh, what are they interested in? And that adds engagement. If one of those people like or comment on the post, that's another way we know that that's how we reach out to people, by looking at who likes and comments on our posts. So it's really endless, the benefits of some of these things. Another benefit, you can actually get new likes off your page for this. So I think it's quite a bonus. Not only am I getting new friends that I'm adding to my network once they accept, or once they send me a friend request, but I'm also getting new likes on my page. So for that $15, you're going to build that network. We're supposed to be adding the 3 to 5 people a day, so that takes a huge chunk there. You're still doing that activity, but this is an extra. Then you have the new likes, which is awesome. And like I say, if you don't have a like page, you can still do these things. You just can't boost. Okay, we've talked about that. Sorry, you guys. If another person likes the post, you can reach out. If this person never does your group, say they click going to the event, they've accepted your friend request, awesome, you're messaging them. If they don't really, you put them in the free group, they just don't like participate, but you know there's something there, that's still that connection that you can keep working on. So I used to get discouraged, like, these people aren't coming to my group, they're interested, I've talked to them, but I'm having conversations now with people from 2 events ago. So it's an open door, and as soon as the person accepts your friend request, or they send you one and you accept, they're going to see your post quite a bit that week when they initially do the friend requesting. Facebook, I think, just shows up more posts to people that you are newly friends with. So I would say we should always be posting awesome stuff and doing our vital behaviors, but on the weeks where we're inviting to this, we're friend requesting people, they're friend requesting us, we're building our network, we really want to let our best selves shine. So I always think this is not a week for me to slack off in my posting. This is a week for me to be really on it. So here's my gold nugget. The last group I did was a crock pot clean eating group. I boosted it for $15. I had 90 people that I had never met interact with that post. So that was 90 new contacts. There's probably more than that, but I made 90 new contacts from that event page. Throughout the event, I sent them an invite for my like page. I had 50 new likes on my like page. And with my warm market who already knew me and these new contacts, I had over 100 people do the clean eating crockpot group. And this was the first time I really rocked the event page, and I feel like this was a huge part of why it went so well. When you are posting in your event page, I'd say I did 10 posts, 1 a day for 10 days. Always use an image, and I'd say the clearer, sharper, brighter, bigger images do better. So I'd say use yourself in the posts. I sprinkled in some of myself in the posts. Depending on what the group is, if it's a shake group, you can have you with your Shakeology that you're advertising. But definitely the sharper, brighter images really got the most attention. I wanted to show you something that I use for scheduling these posts. So I'm just going to exit from here. It is can everybody see this Postcron dashboard? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I like posting in real time, and I'm trying my own groups to post in real time. It's a lot easier for tagging. Postcron, you can't tag, but the reason why I like this is you can schedule posts within event pages, which at the time when I researched it, you couldn't in Hootsuite or Buffer, you couldn't in event pages. So they let you have a certain amount of accounts for free, and they let you schedule up to 10 posts for free. But as you see, I've got all sorts of groups going on up here, so I pay the $10 a month so I can just like do a lot. So I'm going to go to the event. I'll just click on an event. Here's the crockpot one. So you can definitely schedule on here, and I think these are my past posts. If it's a certain amount of time, they kind of erase them. So I have them all here. That was my last one. Well, I'm not going to get more into that, but if you're interested in how to use Postcron, you can definitely get in touch with me. But meanwhile, while I was running all my other groups, doing my own challenge group, still doing my inviting process, I knew that one post a day was coming out in that event page, and it was scheduled, and I didn't have to tag anybody because it was an event page. But I definitely would go to the event page and see if anybody interacted. So you really want to be diligent with the event page. It's not something you can just leave. You definitely have to interact with it. So that's post cron. Loved it. The last call is very important. So in your event page, that's one thing you can add is last call. The group starts tomorrow. Please join. And I'm going to give you guys my scripts. So I'm not going to get into exactly what I say, but you'll have the link to my scripts for what I post. Save these posts. I've started to create documents, and you can do it in different ways, where not only am I saving what my group posts are, say for the actual group, but I save my event posts because you may run a Shakeology sampler group again. So you could just change out the pictures or keep them the same, but saving that really, really helps. I'm just gonna see how we're doing for time. Okay. Best practice, always make the cover photo for your group and for the event slightly different, because I've had a lot of people, myself included, confused about where they're going. So if you're moving people from the Crockpot event group to the Crockpot page, have something different on the Crockpot page cover photo, like welcome to the group or something like that. So people, unless you're going to delete the event right away, really know where to post. Make sure you move everybody over. I left somebody behind once and I felt really, really bad, and she didn't say anything, but I found out afterwards. So if you're moving people from an event page to a free group, even if it takes screenshotting the guest list or whatever it is, ticking it off, make sure that everybody who's wanted to move over is over. Messaging people before, during, and after the group are all very, very important. So I'm going to provide you my messaging script that I send from start to finish with that. You can do that with doing voice memos, or you can do that by writing. Okay, so I'm kind of mindful of the time here, so I'm going to maybe skip over a couple of these bullets, and then we can get to that end part where you can see some of my resources. Sorry, my kids are still awake. It's a bit early here on the West Coast. If you ever send an invite, so you know that part on the event page where you can just invite friends, this is my advice to you. I would hold off on the mass inviting. It didn't work for me. I think we're invited to so many things on Facebook. I've been invited to things that I haven't even seen. So unless somebody's actually on their notifications or on their phone, when you send them that invite, it gets lost in the newsfeed, right? And they might actually be interested, but you might be thinking, oh, they're not interested in this, but they just didn't see it. So that doesn't mean you can never invite from the event page. So what personally I do is I invite from the event page when it's my warm market, somebody who I know has shown interest and I've spoken to in the past. And then I follow up with a PM. So I invite them through the event page, then I follow up with a PM. And I'll give you the scripts for that. If it's a total new person that I've made, say a new contact I've made that month, I send them a personal invite to that event in a PM, and then I copy and paste the link of the event page within that message. So no matter what, they have a trail to get back to the event. If you allow your coaches to use your event page to invite to, that's totally cool. I do that. You just have to be very careful about who's coming into the event page. So if you've boosted your event, you're going to have all these new people interested in going, and you're going to kind of need to check them out and say, oh, they're my personal sponsored coach's friend. Okay, so they must have been, or have some type of system with your coaches where you guys can identify who's inviting who. These screenshots will be, or this slideshow will be available to you after. So if you want to come back and look at these, I won't get into them in detail, but they just show different types of scripting when I've sent the invite before. So hey, Megan, how are you doing? We're throwing this together. Here's the link. Have a look and see what you think. So these are people from my warm market. They definitely know me. And then there's some more that are indirect, and then there's one that's more direct. The event link, we just kind of covered that. It's so your awesome content doesn't get lost. And also, it just kind of shows you go the extra mile. Like, I'm sure we've all been invited to things quite recently, and it's just an invite and there's no personal connection. So I think that's really, really important. If it's my warm market and I've invited them, and I'm going to pop up to the chat too. It's the chat. If I've invited them first, I'm like, okay, I need to do the follow-up message. So that would be something like, hey, something personal. I've invited you to this event. Does that interest you? Here's the link. So you guys can go back and have a look at that. I'm just going to check the chat. So the event page is a start for the free group, and then hopefully they go for a challenge group. Exactly. I definitely use my event page for the free group, and then they go for the challenge group. This month, and I'm going to give you guys the link to my old event pages so you can look at them. I tried to do a challenge group event, and that's a really good question. I was really interested in doing it right from the beginning for challenge groups, and they didn't do so well. So this is my first month that I've tried an event page for a 30-day challenge. I've called it something fun like Love Yourself Fit for February. I have 4 people I'm talking to who were my cold market. I boosted it. I didn't get it as big of interest. And I think that's because it's a paid group. And I think I made that clear in the description, but I didn't write a price or anything. But I found I'm using this for a tool for my free groups, expanding my market, gaining new contacts on my friends list, gaining more likes on my page, and just having more conversations. So those were the messages. So yeah, these messages were for if you following up after you send the event link. So you can boost in a lot of different ways, and I'm not going to jump to my screen share to show you right now how to boost, but it's at the top of the page, and it's just on the actual event page. You can click boost event. I've done so many different types of targeting where I've targeted people with, the different interest lists, and I don't know why, but I found the most success I've gotten is when I chose the category people who like your page and their friends. So I guess as more people that I've talked to that are my niche market are finding my page, I'm interacting with people that are interested. But I also think when the event comes through, if it says like, Lauren likes this page or something, they think, oh, well, I know Lauren, I'm going to like check this out or whatever. So that's I think why it kind of worked for me. You still need to continue sharing as you normally would on your personal page and your like page. This does not replace those call to actions. It does not replace PMs. It's just something added. And as soon as I started looking at it more of a connecting relationship building and a less of a result thing, it started to be a lot better for me. Like I said, I'll give you my scripts. The things that work for me were being very, very, this is for cold market. This is for people I was not friends with that wanted to come to my event. I tried these long messages like, oh, I'm really excited to meet you. This is what the group's about. And I would look and it would be like really, really long. And no one, even if they saw the message, was responding. So I tried this. Hey, thanks for your interest in the clean eating group. Have you done one in the past? Do you have any allergies I should know about? Something so simple. And the have you done one in the past is kind of your first hint or indication of if they're already working with a coach, without saying like, do you have a coach? So sometimes in free groups, people say that these are for your people who do not have a coach already. Some people make it open. After doing a few, I really feel that although I really want to work with everybody, I found a lot of people that already have Beachbody programs or coaches or do free groups are attracted to do more free groups. So definitely something you want to consider when you're setting that up. I'll finish this slide and then I'm going to get to the chat. You can continue forming them after that piece. So you definitely want to keep forming them. That message isn't all, it's just that part to get them to respond. Because once they respond, you have somewhere to go. This didn't come highlighted, this Google Docs here, but it does work. You just have to copy and paste it into your browser. That's going to be my start to finish messaging, from the, hey, do you have any allergies I should know about, to when the group's over and you're inviting to your challenge group. So I think there's about 6 or 7 messages in there that you guys can have a look at. The chat. That's awesome. The scripts are great. Okay, awesome. Whoops. So that was the scripts that worked for me. Just links to different events that I've run lately. So the Crockpot group was super fun. And then I've done lots of clean eatings. This challenge group is from the one I'm kind of trying right now. And you can just see the type of things I'm posting in there. And then this is for the free, not the free, but the Shakeology group, an event. So like in that one, I would throw like recipes of fun Shakeology, did you know facts, stuff like that. So if you're looking for content of what to post on your event pages, there's some links that you're allowed to, or not allowed to, you're welcome to check out. Okay, and another thing, how I got those ideas, well, some of them just came to me, but I really check out a lot of different stuff. So like, for example, the Love Yourself Fit 30-day challenge, I kind of Googled 30-day challenge events, and people's event pages pop up. And if they're public, you can definitely see the types of things they're posting. I didn't see tons that were maybe like, that's not this diligent, but that had this many posts, but there's a few top coaches that I follow for ideas like this, and Shelly Hobbs is one of them. She's got incredible events. She kind of rocks the event pages, so a lot of her ideas I got from there. So if we're just after 6, I know I rushed through the last few slides, but I think the main thing, I didn't eventually a little key in the beginning because I felt like I don't want to bother people with all these invites. I definitely feel now differently about it. And for me, it was just building like those numbers. Like I had 90 people to talk to and I'm still talking to. Out of that, you know, I'd say 2 people joined my challenge group. But I am still super excited that I did this because I feel like people are interacting with my like page more since that. I've gained likes on my like page. I just think it's a win-win. So by doing those daily posts in the event page, using tools like Postcron if you feel like you can't, you know, get to it, saving your information so you can recreate it later. And once you reach out to your cold market, don't give up. So if they don't respond to you right away, I have this woman right now that I'm chatting to. I'm in Canada, by the way, I'm in BC, Canada. She's in Newfoundland, like on the other side of the country. And I sent her 4 messages about this free group that she had clicked. She didn't even click interested or going. She had just liked the event page ad or whatever. And she finally opened up her box or something, and she's read all these messages. She's joined the Shakeology challenge, and she's signing up with the 21-day fix, and she's already doing her meal planning this week to get ready. So it kind of shows that you can't really cross anybody out. So if there's any more questions, you can pop that in the chat. You can pop that on the team page, or you can just message me. There's my email, and this stuff will be all up for you guys to take time with over the next week to check out if you're interested. Thanks so much for joining us. Are there any other questions?
Crystal, you did awesome. I just want to say you did awesome. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. It was super fun. And anybody else who's thinking or who's about to step up to do a team call, it's just a really good experience. Even preparing this stuff really helps. Everything helps your confidence as a coach. And we have such a great team to, just encourage us when it comes time for us to step up. So I appreciate all of you listening in too. So have a great night. Make sure you're signed up for your team cup. And we are going to rock February. Thanks, you guys. Good night. Bye.